All right, let me make sure I can be heard pretty well. Let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of background noise. Yeah, there's a lot of background noise. Why does it sound so loud? Holy shit. Why does it sound so loud? Is it just the truck? Oh wait, it's probably loud because okay, maybe it's better. Let me try to make the actual volume go off of here really quick. Okay, let me see how it sounds now. Let me try to make the actual volume go off of here really quick. The actual volume go off of here really quick. The actual volume go off of here really quick. Yeah, I'm trying out this new phone, trying to see if it actually sounds better or not. Yeah, I'm trying out this new phone, trying to see if it actually. Yeah, it sounds like shit. I'm gonna just turn up the truck for a second. Yeah, it sounds like shit. Why is this shit? Why is this shit so loud? Holy hell! Listen, how do I sound? Okay, do I sound like shit, or is there a lot of background noise? I don't know. I was playing it live and it's just super loud. Why is this shit so loud? Holy hell! Listen, how do I sound? Okay, do I sound like shit? All right, it says all right. Now I sound pretty good, um, but what up though, King? How's my day going? Well, I appreciate you asking though. So my day's been cool. My day's been cool. Lot of, lot of, lot of driving today. A lot of driving, and not a ton though. But I'm in Oklahoma, Oklahoma now. So um, it's been a pretty chill day. It's hot as hell. It's like 97 degrees, and so yeah, it's just really, really, really hot, and the humidity is also really bad too. You sound like a trucker. Turn down the squelch. Listen, I'm working on the audio, so I got a new phone. It's not my other phone that I normally use, but I'm just trying to test and see like how the sound is. Just because lately what I've been experiencing is that the sound sounds better through the phone than through the microphone. So that's why I've been kind of going with just having the audio through the phone. But yeah, so hopefully it sounds okay. I had listened to it and it sounds like it's pretty fun. It's pretty cool. What am I hauling? Let's see if I can actually connect. So I haul household goods. So that's what I haul. Household goods. It's pretty light, nothing super heavy. So that's what I typically haul. But what about you, Adam? How's your day been going? I'm shut down for the day. I hopefully can get well, I'm gonna say hopefully, I should be able to get a shower in tomorrow. But but everything's been cool. No flat tires. You know, I saw a lot of trucks broke down on the side of the road today, so you know, glad that's not me. But other than that, I can't really complain about today. But just let me know if my audio is good, because I did plan on playing some of this book from the story, The Shadow Slave, that I was recommended by Lebo. I don't know why I'm still doing that, bro. Come on, why is the... I'm not trying to play this. Going back over the road at the end of the year. Audio sounds good. Okay. Oh, so you be on the road too? That's cool. That's cool. You be on the road. Listen, man. I don't know. I guess I would say, like, man, going on the road is cool when you're single and you don't have any like kids or anything like that, because you can just stay out as long as you want. You know, if you're like me and you don't have a place and bills, and you gotta pay no rent, no electricity, any of that other shit, is a really, really good opportunity for you to save money, especially if you're young too. If you're young, you can just save a bunch of money, just be out on the road, stack your cash for a few years, and then, you know, kind of go from there. But yeah, hauling liquid, kids are all grown up. Hey, there you go. You can stay out for as long as you want. You ain't got nobody, no commitments that's gonna make you go back home at a certain time, and none of that stuff. Kids are grown. And then also too, being on the road, especially if you're over the road, if your kids live out of state or they move somewhere, you can go visit, you know, whenever. Like, oh yeah, I live out here, just drive out there and just hang out for a few days and then go back. You know, I don't know. It's cool. It's cool. But audio's good, so that's dope. I'm just trying to get my audio to go through the truck, so that way I can play the book. So anyway, the reason for making this video, I'm gonna try to not be on here for too long, because I still got other stuff I gotta do. I still gotta eat, and I still got other stuff that I gotta finish. But I might hop back on here later today, maybe in like an hour or so, once I kind of eat and get things taken care of. But the reason for me even talking today is this book, Shadow Slave, right? So the Shadow Slave story that I've checked out. I checked out because they recommended it. I found it on Audible, and apparently, I guess, like, I don't know. I listened to a little bit of the audio version or the audio book on I guess they do like episodes on Audible. So I listened to a little bit of that, and then I listened to the YouTube video of it. And honestly, I like the sound of the Audible version of it better. So then I read the description on the audio version, and then they said I need to download the Pocket FM. And so I downloaded Pocket FM, and I found it on there. And I guess there's also this other really popular story. Let me see, where is it at? It's called My Vampire System. So My Vampire System got a crazy amount of plays. It's kind of wild how many plays they got. I think it was like 770. Let me see. Like 775 million plays. Like, it's pretty wild. And I think that the Shadow Slave got like 30 something million plays. So yeah, I mean, that doesn't really count for like how long that they're actually going to listen to the story, but that's a really, really, really high. So, but anyway, so I started to listen to it on the Pocket FM, and then I'm like, okay, how far can I get into it? So they got all the way up to episode 62, or no, 56, episode 56, and then it started to charge you coins, and I'm just like, okay, the coins. And I'm like, okay, 8 coins, 7 coins, 10 coins. So I'm just like, okay, let me check out these coins. And so you can download these coins and shit, and you get 160 coins plus 240 coins. So you're looking at 400 coins for 99 cents, but that's like a one-time offer type of thing. And then I go and look at, okay, how much is like $10 of coins, and $10 of coins is only 200 coins, and I'm just like 200 coins for $10. And then so I'm just like, okay, well, if each episode, like 10 plus minutes each episode, and each episode is about 8 or 7 coins, then you can get quite a few episodes in. But then I start scrolling down, and like once you get to episode, what the fuck is it? Once you get to episode like 100, all this stuff start costing 18 coins, 21 coins, 21 coins. Everything's 21 coins, 27 coins for episode 128. And so it's not even worth it at that point, because you're spending $10 to listen to what? You're probably gonna get like 5 or 6 episodes. So I kind of see why people just want to just go to the YouTube, because you ain't got to pay for that, and this shit is overpriced. That's all I can say, is overpriced. You get an hour of content for $10. That's not a good return on your investment, man. That's all I'm saying. And I was looking to see, maybe you can like purchase, maybe like, maybe do 100 episodes. You can get 100 episodes for $10. Like, I think that'd be cool. Like, oh, pay $10 and you get 100 episodes. But I don't think you can just like buy like a package of episodes, or like buy the whole series for a certain price or something like that. It don't do none of that. So I don't know. I'm just trying to debate. I'm debating about whether or not it's worth getting into. Shadow slave type of thing. Like, shadow powers are cool. So that got me a little bit intrigued, because you can kind of do a whole lot with shadows, and you never know where they're going to go with it. But yeah, so the whole shadow stuff is interesting, but I don't like the fact that the main character is 16 years old. I literally just got done talking about it in my last video, about how the other story I read, like, these young characters, they're so immature. They got so much immaturity that it's hard to really relate to them, because they haven't really experienced life. So they making dumbass decisions that you look at it and you're just like, who the fuck would even do some shit like that? It don't really make any sense. And so I'm kind of just don't really know whether I want to listen to the story or not. But I just kind of wanted to talk about it a little bit, just kind of see, just like, okay, maybe some of the reasons why people might think the story is good. I think it was the other guy, Pereira or whatever it was. He said the main character was a simp, and so I'm just like, okay, the main character might be a simp. So I'm not sure if that's something, because I definitely wouldn't want to get into the story of the main character simp. That's just already a big turn off for me. So, but yeah, so that's kind of just all I wanted to talk about. Just talk about the story for a little bit. At the truck stops in the future. All right, Adam. All right, take care, man. But yeah, so that's kind of what I wanted to just talk about a little bit, just about this story. So, from what I'm reading right now, what the hell does it say? They don't really make it easy for you to find out a lot about the story, though. Like, the app is a little strange. Okay, there you go. I found it. Okay, that's how you go. So, okay, so Shadow Slave chronicles the thrilling adventures of Sunny. So the main character is Sunny, an orphan turned warrior who must battle powerful monsters in a magical fantasy world while investigating the secret of how that world first invaded our own. Okay, so you got to battle powerful monsters in a magical fantasy world. He's an orphan. Whenever I hear about orphans, I think of, okay, who the hell are your parents? Your parents are gonna come into the story at some point. And so I'm just kind of thinking like, okay, let me start this truck up. That's way too hard. I'm just kind of thinking like, okay, so one of your parents going to get involved into the story, and your parents, because they sometimes do the thing where parents are like, oh, they actually like super powerful, or, oh, you got this whole history, and, You know, maybe your parents really did love you, and it was some circumstances that was involved with them, you know, making you an orphan or something. So that's a little interesting to kind of see if it's gonna be just kind of like the normal trope of just like, oh yeah, it turns out your mom or your dad is like some super powerful person, and you know, it was all a big test or some shit like that. Okay, hopefully I'm still good. Let me make sure I'm still good. Every time I start this truck, it wants to mess up. Flat tires, you know. I saw a lot of trucks broke down. Let me see if it's working. Okay, it says I'm still good. Okay. But yeah. So I don't know what to expect. 16-year-old at age 16, Sonny is infected by the spell. Weird is just by the spell. A mysterious magical phenomenon that has pulls its victims into a powerful sleep. There they are forced into a dream realm where they struggle against horrific beasts known as nightmares. If they die in the dream realm, they die in real life. Okay, so you're basically just asleep and you're dreaming. Okay. I wonder if it's like a system or something where it's like, okay, here's my attributes and things like that. Let me see. Fortunately, the spell bestows powerful attributes and powers into the human warriors to help them in their trails. Okay. So I'm guessing these powers are determined by maybe your biology or something like that, right? Sonny must level up his own mysterious powers, so he got mysterious powers, if he has any hope to survive. Soon the orphan loner is teaming up with a varied group of fellow young people. Of course, you got to be young people, right? Of young people, and working his way through the dream realm, earning experience points. I'm guessing experience points, how you level up, as well as becoming a celebrity on Earth. How the hell did he become a celebrity on Earth? However, he's quickly thrust into a series of ancient conspiracies. Okay, I like conspiracies. Mysteries are cool, both in the dream realm as well as the human world. It sounds interesting. It sounds intriguing. It sounds intriguing. I think I'll give it a shot. I just don't know how I want to give it a shot. Do I want to give it a shot as just listening to it while I'm on the road? Or do I want to give it a shot as maybe just making a video and kind of listening to it and kind of reacting to certain situations, you know, live here? So I'm not sure how I want to go about doing it. But I'm concerned about the audio only having like 56 chapters or 56 episodes, and then you got to start paying all this overpriced money just to be able to listen to the. Because I like the audio. Or I like the narrator on the actual app in comparison to the narrator that's on YouTube. The narrator on YouTube, I don't think is not really my cup of tea, as far as like his tone and how he pronounces things and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm not sure when it comes to that. Let me see. I was just on it here a second ago. And also, I don't know how the audio is going to sound through the speaker as well. Let me see.
Kid, so do yourself a favor and just think about them as illusions. Oh, the old policeman waited for a second, then nodded and continued. A lot of things about the first nightmare depend on luck. Generally, it shouldn't be overwhelmingly hard. The situation you're in, the tools you have at your disposal, and the creatures you have to defeat should be within the range of your abilities, at least. After all, the spell sets up trials,
I wonder how that sounds. I have to probably go back into the video and see how that sounds. But yeah, but I guess just like the video if you think I should if I should start reading this or whatever. You can tell me kind of some of the things that you like about the story, and you know, I'll kind of respond to it. But in the meantime, I'm about to try to get some food and stuff done because I just got finished driving, and I might or I might not go live again, and maybe I might start reading or something like that. But who is this, Austin, can we get a tour of your truck? Maybe at some point I'll do like a tour of the truck. I thought about making videos about truck driving and stuff too, because I kind of know quite a bit, you know, because I've been driving for about, what, almost 10 years now. So it's kind of what I've been doing since I got like out of the factory. Because I used to work at a factory, you know, I used to work at the post office, shit like that. And so I've been doing truck driving since I was done with all that. But I might make a video at some point. Maybe it's not really like anything super advanced or anything like that. Like it's pretty cool. It's like pretty laid back. It's not nothing super complicated. I got like a fridge. I got a microwave slash air fryer slash oven. So I've got one of those. I got a fridge, just like a small fridge that you buy just like from Home Depot. I got an inverter. Gotta have an inverter. If you don't have an inverter as a truck driver, you're out here struggling. Got a bunk heater. My last truck, this is my second truck. My last truck didn't have a bunk heater. This truck does. But yeah. So just like some of the basic stuff that most drivers will have. You say you drove from Orlando to Jacksonville, Florida today, 180 miles. Yeah, I get it. 180 miles, so that's about 3 hours, right? So 3 hours, you ready to tap out in 3 hours? Oh man, you can't handle it. But I get it though. Truck driving is not for everybody though. So I'm not trying to say it as like, oh yeah, you gotta be like, I get it. I don't know. 3 hours is a long time for me. 3 hours ain't shit. Like if I did 3 hours, I'm just like, I didn't really drive that much today. Now if I did like, for me, if I did like 9 hours, 9 hours is pretty good. 9 hours is pretty good. If I did 9 hours, that's pretty good. But like 9 to 10, the max you can do is 11 as a truck driver. That's the max you can do. Period. Is 11 hours. But if you get somewhere between 9 and 10, that's pretty good. Some people out here, they drive and they do 600 miles in a day, and they go full like close to 11 hours to the max. I can't do that shit. You know, it's already hard enough just sitting down for so long. You know, you want to get out the truck, you got to stretch, tailbone, your butt might be hurting and stuff like that. But also it depends on if you're comfortable too. Like another thing too is you got to really be in a comfortable seat. You know, some people get like the butt cushions and stuff like that to try to help out. But it's really just being comfortable. Because I've driven a long time in the car, and I've driven a long time in the truck. I've driven in the car like 8 hours straight, and it's different. It's different when you're in the car. Depending upon your seat, sometimes it's more comfortable, sometimes it's less comfortable. But as long as you take breaks, like, you know, you can take a break like every 3 hours or something like that. You can take a break, stop at a rest area, walk around, stretch your legs a little bit. But other than that, you know, as a truck driver, you can't really be taking frequent breaks. You got to kind of, I mean, you got your mandatory, you got to take a break after 8 hours, you know, half-hour break every 8 hours. But besides that, you kind of just rolling. But you get used to it after a while. That's kind of what I'll say. You get used to it after a while. After a while of driving, you just kind of get used to it. I don't know. It's tough though, because I feel for the drivers out there, because it's just like, it's hard to lose weight unless you're getting out of the truck and you're active. You know, sometimes I'll be on the road and I'll see people out here and they running, you know, they running through the truck stop. Sometimes I seen one guy, he's outside, he had like one of the benches, like a bench press. He had one of those outside, and the motherfuckers just got weights, and he just out there doing curls. He just getting it in outside. I'm just like, hey, like, props to you. Shit, most of these guys out here, they don't do shit, myself included. Sometimes I don't really be doing shit. And you know, for you caring about your health and willing to go out there and sweat, be in the sun, and get push-ups in, get jogging in, get the, you know, the weights and stuff, it definitely helps, because you don't really have a whole lot of options when it comes to working out. And then also a lot of truck stops is, you don't really want to be out on the ground, because a lot of people be dumping piss out, and so it kind of just be like, you just smell it outside on the ground and shit, so you got to deal with that too. So you don't always want to kind of work out like outside on the concrete. But you say he parks at a Planet Fitness. I mean, yeah, that's one thing you could do. Although I don't know about parking at a Planet Fitness. I don't really see them letting you park unless you have some like huge as like Planet Fitness. Then maybe, but I don't really know because to me, I'm not even trying to park at you. We can barely park at the Walmarts. Like a lot of the Walmarts you go to, you can't even park there. They don't even want it even set up to easily have trucks go in and out. So you know, people park at like the Cabela's and stuff like that, Bass Pro Shops, things like that. But for the most part, it's truck stops or rest areas. That's all you kind of really got. You know, a lot of the Walmarts and stuff like that, they don't want you parking out there. Planet Fitness, I don't even know how anyone does that. Maybe if you're in an RV or something like that, maybe that'd be cool. But I don't really get it as far as like being a truck, like a tractor trailer, 53 van, like I don't know. But yeah, it's tough out here though. It's definitely not for everybody. Truck drivers don't get enough love for the shit they do. Like I said, truck drivers make the world go round. Everything you see, that shit comes from a truck. You know, I didn't haul everything. I didn't haul ATVs, batteries. I didn't haul trash, paper, cotton, automotive parts. I didn't haul a lot of chemicals, like pesticides and shit like that. That be in like the bulk containers. Sometimes I didn't carry it in drums. I didn't carry oil. I didn't carry antifreeze, coolant, tires. I mean, anything you could think of, that goes on a truck, I didn't probably hauled about half of it, I would say. I didn't haul plants. So like you know, like the plants that go to like the Tractor Supply. I didn't haul like the plants and shit, go to Tractor Supply, dog food, you know, all types of shit. I used to do refrigerated stuff back in the day, and I didn't haul like, you know, I didn't haul beans, alcohol, you know, like canned goods and stuff like that. But the refrigerated stuff, I didn't haul like tomatoes and some frozen stuff too. But mostly I did like dry haul. So I did like just stuff that go in the dry van. But yeah, people, man, wood, all types of stuff. Forklifts. I mean, everything go in the truck, yo. So, but yeah, so it's tough though. It's tough. You gotta be a certain type of person to kind of be out here, be away from family, away from people and shit. So yeah. But I kind of got on a tangent talking about truck driving. I was supposed to be talking about the Shadow Slave story, but yeah, I listen to a lot of stuff being on the road, and so the Shadow Slave, I'm debating about whether I want to listen to it. I might come on later and make a video, or maybe I might just listen to it live and kind of see what I think about it. But here, let me know how the audio sounds. Here's what you guys can do to help me out. So let me know how the audio sounds. First off, am I good right now? Because I got the truck started. Sometimes the sound of the engine and stuff like that, it kind of goes through and it kind of makes a lot of background noise. So let me know how the audio is right now. And then let me know how the audio is by me just playing this through the speakers in the truck. So let me know how that is too. So how do I sound right now? Just let me know how I sound. Is it good? Is it fine? What do you think? Decent. Is it background noise from the truck? Is that why you say decent? Or maybe it'll sound better if I kind of, maybe my audio sounds better having my phone lifted up a little bit, because it is kind of, I think the microphone might be covered a little bit. I don't know what I want to do, but listen, if you're interested in the story and me talking about it a little bit, I probably might go back on in like an hour and do a video talking about the story. I might play it or something. I might go back on my old phone and actually just record on that phone. I'm not entirely sure. But if you're interested though, you can join me in the live in like an hour. I'll probably go back on and start listening to a little bit of it. I don't know how long I'll be on. But other than that, I'm about to get up out of here, try to make some food. I appreciate you joining in. Like I said, I normally just talk about a lot of the books and stuff I've been reading, a lot of fantasy books. I appreciate you subscribing, Austin. Appreciate that a lot. But yeah, that's what I do. I kind of just talk about some of the audiobook stuff. But if you ask me questions about trucking, you know, I get to talking about that too. I can talk a whole lot about trucking, man. I own my own truck. You know, I'm not a company driver. You know, I'm a contracted. I'm a contracted worker. So, you know, I pay for everything. I pay for fuel. I pay for insurance. I pay for workman's comp. I pay for my license plate. I pay for my tags, IFTA tags, HUT stickers. I pay for all that shit. So all of it's coming out of me. So I kind of know a lot about, you know, a lot of the expenses that goes with, you know, being a truck driver too. My tires, all that shit. I pay for everything. Anything that goes wrong in the truck, any breakdowns, anything like that, I pay for. The only thing I don't pay for is the trailer. I don't own the trailer, so I lease the trailer. So anything that goes wrong with the trailer, the company pays for. So tires, if somebody poke a hole in the trailer or something like that, the trailer gets smashed up, I don't pay for any of that, but I pay for anything with the truck. So that's how that works. But yeah, but I used to be a company driver though. I used to be a company driver for Swift. I used to work for Swift, and Swift has a pretty bad reputation. But Swift is one of the companies where if you don't have a whole lot of experience and you want to get going and just kind of build some experience, go to Swift. The training's not the best. I'm not gonna kid. The training's not the best. It really depends on who they pair you with. Sometimes you get a driver and he's experienced and he knows what he's doing and he's got patience and he's willing to teach you and let you make mistakes and take you to a parking lot and teach you how to back and give you the tips on, like, you know, how to handle the lows and how to hook up to the lows and you know, how to make your turns and when you can make a turn, when you can't make a turn. So sometimes you get really good teachers, but then other times you got a motherfucker that barely know how to drive himself and he's trying to teach you some shit and you just like, yo, you can barely back and you trying to teach me how to back. Like, how you supposed to teach me when you barely know what the hell you're doing yourself? So it really just depends on who you get. It really, like, everything I know, I learned on my own from just kind of trial and error, just kind of figuring it out. But yeah, that's how it was for me. But yeah, if you got questions, want to talk about that shit, I can talk about that. But for the most part, I'll talk about, just like I said, the books, T-Bait, you know, a lot of stuff that I'll be reading. Dungeon Crawler, Carl is what I'm reading right now. You know, I read the Primal Hunter series. I read Defiance of the Fall. Those are like some of the series that I'm actively reading. I kind of stay up on right now. So we'll see what happens with the Shadow Slave. But listen, I appreciate you joining in. If you want to join in later, I'll go live again in probably like an hour once I get some food. And I guess I'll just see you then. But yeah, peace out. Have a good night. And if you join the next stream that I upload or that I start, then I'll see you there. Peace.